Hey there, and welcome to the garden project where I transformed my lawn into a garden. So these are all the videos that I recorded as one video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I would kind of talk a little bit while the video goes on to kind of tell you where my mind was at when I was doing all this.
The groundbreaking on the Helluva Homestead garden has started.
So digging this path was probably the most difficult thing that I ever had to do on the project because it just took so long, and I should have got the sod cutter right at the start. It would have made my life so much easier. But I wanted to try to do things as cheap as possible, but I definitely shouldn't have done that.
For those who do not know, this is an edger. I saw online that this could help pull up the grass. So if I make like small sections of it, it should help, hopefully.
It did. It didn't help at all. So it was a nice thought to use the edger, but really the amount of grass that I had to take up, it just was not the smartest move to make to get the edger. I'm definitely going to use the edger once I do the landscaping part to have a nice edge, but for this project was not the smartest thing to do.
Is it easier than before? Yeah. Is it easy? No. So I rented one of these things. Very handy. Love it.
Definitely shouldn't have gotten this saw cutter at the start. It made things so much easier. And yeah, but you'd really want to do it in squares and not roll it like I'm doing right now because it gets so heavy
Who needs snow when I got grass?
that it's just unmanageable to pick up.
Alright, so this side is done. Looks good. I did encounter this issue where there's a giant rock here, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm on the final two cuts. This has taken a long time. It is a big learning curve, but a lot better than doing it by hand. I didn't plan out my path very well. Right into a big mound of the dirt.
I didn't plan out anything well in this project. I really should have thought more about how I was going to do things. Nice.
My plan worked. Now it's going to be a lot easier because originally they were very long strips going all the way down, but now they're squares, little rectangles. So I just made my life a lot easier. But these are so heavy. On the internet, it doesn't look this heavy. You're all liars. I'm telling you now, very heavy. Each square is like 5 pounds minimum. It's ridiculous. I'm definitely getting a workout and I'm very sore. So I will continue this tomorrow. All right, so I'm back here again. My plan today is to do at least maybe half or more of the whole garden area. I've become smarter, and I'm going to put all the grass in the back of the ride-on. I think that will be easier than wheelbarrowing it up to the front.
So what I did was I took all of the sod and put it in my front lawn that had bare spots. But then I realized that I didn't need all this sod, so I put it on Facebook Marketplace.
So the people who came needed all of the sod for our product because the dirt outside of their house couldn't grow any grass. So I decided to give them all the grass I had. So they were really appreciative. They're going to be picking this up later today, and I hope they enjoy it. And I can't wait to start planning out the path for this garden bed. And if you haven't yet, make sure you click the like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. I have to weed today. Started to think I've bit off a little bit more than I can chew again. What I might focus on is just getting up the big rocks that I can see. I might also spray it down, maybe making it wet might make it a little bit easier to dig up. Because the bricks are coming soon, and we want to outline the edge of this area with the bricks. That's the plan. And then I need to find more bricks for the actual garden beds. So let's try to do that. Wetting did not help. I'm gonna get my edger.
So it was at this point where I tried a lot of different things before I tried to rent a tiller, and none of it seemed to be working. So I was starting to get frustrated because I was like, okay, I'll try to hoe it, and that didn't work. I tried wetting the ground before I hoed, and that didn't work. I tried using the edger that I bought, and that didn't work. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll get a tiller and rent it. But before I did that, I had to get all the big rocks and boulders out of the grass.
Holy crap! I was not lying when I said there were boulders in the ground. So I thought this was a root. This is metal. And I don't know, hello, bud. And I don't know what it goes to. So let's find out what this is. What is in this ground? No glass. This isn't. I swear to God, if I find a car in here, I'm gonna be pissed. So I've been at this for like what feels like hours trying to dig this up. And it's just like so far into the ground. I have no idea what it is. So I finally got it out of the ground, whatever that metal thing was. But here's all the rocks and glass and stuff I've found so far. And I'm only done up to there. This is gonna take a long time. So I think what I'm gonna do is instead of focusing on like the smaller rocks, I'm just gonna focus on the big boulders that are in this yard and then call it a day. And when I say focus on the boulders, I mean I'm gonna do one more and then call it a day. So, while I was picking up glass, I found this, like, I don't know what it is. It says Cheerio Champion? I don't know what that is, but looks to be made of plastic. So it's not like it's like an antique or something, but it's crazy what I'm finding in this area. I think back in like the 60s or something, they just like dug a hole and put their trash in there. So I think that's just what I'm finding. But we've had another big one. This could be a good stepping stone. This could be good. I thought it was gonna be bigger. Still a good stepping stone. When I started digging out this garden bed, I didn't think, wow, there might be stones down under the ground. I was wrong. We're about halfway done with the garden bed. Digging up rocks that we can see. I'm sure we'll find more when we till. But it's crazy. At least I won't have to make stepping stones, which I thought I was gonna have to make. I'm gonna go back.
So most of those stones before were about 30 to 40 pounds. This one was close to 200 pounds, I would say. And it was so hard to get out of the garden. I was just done.
Hey there, and welcome to Helluva Homestead. Today we are going to be tilling the garden. I tried to do it myself with the rake and it did not turn out well, like you saw in the last episode. If you've seen that, you can watch it on my channel. But today we're going to be tilling the area. A lot of grass is growing because it's been rained a couple days in a row. So we're going to try this tiller out and see how it goes. I'm also in all red. I understand that. It was just a mishap. It just happened, okay? We're in red. All red. Deal with it.
If I had to do it all over again, I would just till the ground and not cut up the sod. because that would have made my life so much easier. I mean, it would have been a bit difficult because the way that I wanted the bricks level with the grass, like where the grass started. But it turns out that the bricks aren't really, well, some of the bricks aren't level with the grass anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I would definitely have just tilled the grass and saves myself a lot of work with the sod cutter.
What? 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 Wow. I should have done that a long time ago. But it's tilled, now I need to level it. So I scooped all the dirt away from the edge because I'm going to be doing the brick edging soon. So I think we're going to do one more till around the perimeter and then I'm going to be done. I'm like sweating so bad. All right, let's do this. That's it for today. I did a lot of work and I deserve a nice cold beverage. Next video will be me putting down the bricks. Whoopsie. Hey there, welcome to Helluva Homestead. We're back. I finally found the motivation to do some yard work and it's grass grew. It's been about 2 months since I've done anything with the garden. I made that look easy. Sure wasn't. I can't decide if it's a front or if I'm supposed to like push it or pull it. So we'll try to get this done. We'll see how it goes. The rocks. Definitely did something. I'm gonna try to rake this and see if it's noticeable. I can't tell if I'm supposed to just let it pull me or if I'm supposed to kind of wheel it while it's doing. I probably should look at the directions, but you know, whatever. With all the grass out of the way, actually not too bad. All right, so I got it all pretty much flattened out as much as I can. I'm gonna try to tamp it down now and see what happens. So this is what I'm gonna use to line my path. It's 18-inch like paint paper or masking paper or craft paper, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be the length of my path. So It's going to be half brick, half the paper. And that's how we're going to measure things. All right, now I'm going to load up my ride-on and bring a bunch of bricks down here, and I'm going to line this edge. And it should be pretty good. Nice. All right, not too bad. Um, there is a little problem where it kind of slants a little bit over there, but I can usually just take those out, shovel it out, and flatten it out. But overall, not too bad. So I added some rocks to it just to see what it looks like and to hold down the paper so it doesn't blow away or rip or anything like that. But the next thing we're going to do, I think, is going to be either this side, or I'm going to put the bricks on the other side of here so that way I can fill this in with rocks. So it's like finished. Wow, look at this. Who did all of this? I did this. Hey there, welcome to Helluva Homestead. I'm back at the garden. I took some time off recording some videos because I just felt like I was just taking the gravel, bringing it back here, and it just wasn't very exciting. But the garden is almost done. It is fall now. I started in the spring. It's taken me quite a while to do all this, but we're almost done. Let's do this.
All right, so I'm going to start talking about how much this all cost me, which I'm sure most of you want to know, because I know I was curious of how much this would all cost me and then how much it would cost if I paid a professional to do this. So the edger cost me $139. The sod cutter rental cost $110. The tiller rental cost $91. 157 of the bricks I got for free, but I had to rent a pickup truck to get the bricks. And that cost me like $120 because I had to get gas for it and, return and all that stuff. Um, I had to get 129 more bricks, which cost me $156.72. So it probably would have been cheaper just to buy the bricks from the store rather than getting them from free, because I can't put that many bricks into my car because it'll just weigh it down, that it would be kind of unsafe to drive. So I had to get a pickup truck for the free ones. Um, the rock mulch, or the stones that I'm throwing down on the grass right now, that cost $117 for 2 yards. The craft paper that I laid down underneath the rocks cost me $10. I needed 2 rolls for the amount of space that I had. The cardboard that I'm putting down where I'm standing was free. I got that from the grocery store. I just kind of called and said, "Hey, do you have any cardboard?" And they said, "Yes, we do." So I took that. Um, so that was nice. The cattle fence that I have to my left there, that was $32, and the T-post, all four, cost $20. And then I kind of just zip tied them. I had some zip ties. I did two zip ties per post, and that secured it very well. Um, and so the total cost of all that was around $675 for everything, minus the truck rental fee, because I'm not counting that because the truck is not in my yard. Uh, um, so if I wanted to have a professional do this, uh, the lowest would be around $3,000 for them to build a garden kind of like this. And the higher end would be around $12,000. So I saved myself a couple $1,000s, even including the truck rental. Um, so it was definitely worth it money wise. Time wise, it took me about 9 months to do because I had to deal with my family. I had to take care of my newborn, who is now like 9 months. So I've been working on this garden for as long as they've been alive, which is kind of funny. Um, but overall, it was a good experience. Some things I would do differently is I would make sure that the bricks are straight when I started out, because since the bricks that I was laying down beforehand were not straight, everything else was not straight. So I had to uh, match the the unstraightness of the first line of bricks that I did to match everything else. So my paths are kind of narrowed down at the end because to make the garden beds look parallel, you had to kind of do that. So that's kind of annoying, but um, it adds character, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Around if we round it up to $700, that's not too bad uh, in a 9 month span. So it's definitely doable. Um, and it's definitely I'm an amateur, obviously. I made several mistakes. If I was to do this all again, I would just till the grass and then put the bricks on top of it that way, and that would have saved me like $200 or $300. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you on my next project, which is to build a fence around this whole thing.